Hey everybody, welcome back. You've seen the title, you know why you're here. We are looking at project time. Put some new scales on a Benchmade Bugout. Oh yeah. Now these are from Flytanium. These are the Crossfade Bugout Black Linen Micarta scales. And I'll tell you what, you get the cool sticker from Flytanium. That's pretty awesome. We'll put that up here. Dead Fly Society. Shout out to Flytanium, making some epic scales lately. But let's take a look at these. Black linen micarta. Got the crossfade cutouts that come down through here. Kind of that tapering that goes up through here. Of course, they didn't forget about the lanyard fans. They're like, no way. But look at just the milling alone. And this ramps down a little bit, kind of towards the front, it angles forward. It's kind of hard to see on here. But yeah. And of course they have the inserts already in there for right-handed carry. I did see on the website though, you can request left-handed carry, so that's kind of cool. You just have to mention it in your order with Flytanium. Now, I picked these up from OCD for EDC, who's a new Flytanium dealer, so check him out or check out flytanium.com or some of your favorite knife dealers. They will have them possibly as well. Now, you guys know that I've already put these on one of my other bugouts, the titanium ones. So let's get what we need tool-wise. Of course, Journey Tool Co., Journey Tool Company here out of Oregon. Got my awesome powdered black or flat black tourist driver. And we're gonna need a T10, grabbed it, T10 Weehaw bit, and a T6, which is this one, for the body screws. And of course, we're gonna try to do it really quick. And of course, we have our Rust Bucket Goods pivot alignment tool. You got your D shape on one end, your D shape on the other. For the smaller pivots, the larger pivots from Benchmade. Pretty terrific. So what are we using? We're using a Bugout 535 BK-2 as our base. So we'll take this one out, new in the box. One of the things I wanted to do that I didn't do on the titanium one was a before and after weight. So we have a before weight, of course, pretty awesome out of the box. A little stiff, needs to be broken, but so you're looking at 1.8 ounces before. We'll put that off to the side. Now, one of the cool things you can do when you have these pivot alignment tools, or I think OCD for EDC, he used a pivot rod or a tapered, not a pivot rod, but a tapered rod on his. So it's kind of cool. You can take the female side of the pivot off. And I think he did each side once and then flipped it over using the T10 on the pivot. So on this side, you can take off all your body screws. A little bit of Loctite that comes on those, so you just got to be gentle breaking them loose. But yeah, these crossfade micarta ones, linen micarta ones are only $45. That's pretty terrific in the scheme of things. Puts a nice new set of scales on your knife. I think they had the linen micarta. They had two types of micarta. They have G10 in a bunch of different colors. They have some titanium, I think brass and copper as well. So you can see here we got all our body screws out. You know, you can push it up here. This top scale comes off. We get our top scale here going. You can see that's already going to look pretty epic, especially with the black. So everything's fitting in nicely, and then we'll just go ahead and replace these screws one by one. Much easier to do behind the camera. But this way you lock your liners in. This liner, once we get it all done, I think there's a little bit of milling up here on this corner that's sticking up. So we'll see if that has any effect on it. If it does, we can always sand it down a little bit. But we will loosen these 2 screws up when we do our pivot. It's kind of a cheat for me. Helps keep that alignment going when you're doing your final push through. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, and I'm really liking their products. I'm really liking the fact, you know, we're going to take the pocket clip off this side now, that you can basically just go through and, you know, you can get your bug out for, you know, a little over $100. You can get these scales ordered for them, kind of have them all ready. I know a couple of you guys have already done that. You know, have it ready when they arrive, and you're good to go. And that's pretty terrific. This one always is the hardest one for me. It's usually always Loctited in there pretty well. Let's see here. It'll probably pop off. It's totally loose all the way, but man, those are hard on this one. Oh, there we go. I got some good Loctite going on this side. Really, really good. These aren't as bad, so that's good. Yeah, but already it's looking pretty awesome. To me, I like the contrast, even with the titanium one we'll look at here in a minute. And you can just see the difference between them. Now, the pivot's the only thing holding this side in now. So we're going to go ahead and use our pivot alignment tool. And the D shape, the flat shape, always goes up towards the spine on these bug outs. So we use our smaller side. And we'll get the flat side going in. We'll put it towards the top here. We'll pull back on the access bar a little bit. Kind of loosens that spring up. Helps you push it out. And as you can see, it comes right out through. You just take it off of there, set it down. Now you can go ahead and pop this one off the same way. Put it back on here. Everything lines up beautifully, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and reattach those. And then we'll probably put our pivot in right before we put our pocket clip back on. And then we'll look at the beauty of this one. I used a little bit lighter contrast. I didn't use my work mat on this one, just so I could see all the screws when they fall. Because inevitably, they're pretty small on these bug outs. They're gonna fall a little bit. But the Linen Micarta ones feel good. You guys will have to let me know if you got the G10 ones, or the other Micarta, or the titanium, or the copper, or the brass, and what you think of them. Because I like the titanium ones, and I like to feel these. So I'm going to loosen these up just a little bit on this side. These two, these will hold the liners in. And on this side, just a little 1/8 of a turn or something. Just enough so we can put that pivot back in. So flat side of the pivot goes up here towards the top, and you'll basically just push this back through, pull your access bar back a little bit, and we'll wiggle that in. Just a little wiggle. That should push right through. Of course, doesn't do it on the first try. We'll give it a little bit more wiggle. Pull the tension off the springs. And we're pretty much there. All right, one more time. You know there's always got to be something, right? That's half the fun, though. Half the fun of doing it yourself, doing it on camera. So flat side near the top again. It's got that one last piece on the other side. It's hanging up on a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll flip these over, and we'll just move these around a little bit. You see washer sticking out a little bit. Bam, goes right through. So it just needs a little bit of help usually on that last washer on this side. So I'm just gonna hand tighten this with the T10, even though everything's on. I don't want that female side popping out at all yet. I usually tighten it all the way down, as you guys know. And then we'll just go ahead and tighten up these ones right here. Just to make sure they're tight again. We'll adjust our pivot after we put our mini deep carry clip back on. It's looking gorgeous. Black linen micarta with the black hardware, black blade. To me, it's where it's at. So we'll go ahead and put our T10 in the driver now, which has a nice little bit of magnet to it so your bits don't fall out. Hate it when the bits fall out. So let's see how we got. Look at that beauty. That is just terrific. Just gorgeous. Now using the BK-2, you do have a little bit lighter barrel spacers. They're not completely black, but I think that really pops, especially with the black blade. So we're pretty good. This one was broken in already, so tighten it up just a smidge. Give me some opportunity to break it in, but we're good. So we can put all this stuff away. Another set of black scales in the books, but I want to do an afterweight. Then I'm going to compare it with the titanium one. So it was 1.81. Now we're 1.98. So just a 1/10 of an ounce. Pretty terrific. Let's compare it to the titanium ones. Of course, titanium looks terrific as well. You can see a lot more of the milling. Same milling on the micarta. Just a beautiful combo. I love it. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed. Do something kind for someone. Have an awesome rest of your day. Most importantly, you guys take care.